be smart the way you train, like you don't have to fight hard inside the gym to fight hard inside the cage. I think because sometimes people think like, oh, I have to train hard, I have to knock people out, things like that inside the gym so I can really do that like the same way inside the cage. Now I don't think so.
Welcome back to the MMA edition of the Living Banter Podcast. We are so stoked that you're here, so make sure to like and subscribe to this channel, because today we have a phenomenal guest. He is a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt, ranked number 9th in the lightweight division in the UFC, which is the most exciting division in the UFC, with a professional record of 17 wins and only 2 losses. Coming off his win against previous UFC champion Anthony Pettis, he's an all-around legend. It's Diego Ferreira. How are you doing, my guy?
I'm doing good, brother. Just excited than ever. This last week of training, I'm waiting for the fight weekend, and it's just get me more pump, and this passionate introduction you gave me right now. It's like, damn, that's badass, bro. It just get me more excited than ever to step into the octagon.
Nice.
Phenomenal. It's an honor to have you on.
Yeah, man. Welcome. This is where the magic happens, essentially.
That's right.
And happy birthday for last week as well.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Appreciate it. Sorry to see you guys messages at the end because I don't look so much my inbox, but I'm always having a really good opportunity to be on a guy's show, and thank you. I appreciate for opening the space for me.
Thanks for joining.
Thanks for joining. Right.
So how's fight camp going? Leading up to the fight in Feb.
It's been real, intense, like getting it's like I have like 3 fight camps already, especially from the last 2 times I couldn't make it for the fight, after the pandemic, and after everything, it's been upside down, but this one I feel so great, I feel so motivated and more because this is a rematch, and get me more excited than anything else, anything like a specific fight of my career. Now it's like it's get me just more pumped and motivated, to train, and it's going great.
Awesome.
Love that.
So I want to ask, your first martial art, I think it's called, I'm probably going to pronounce this horrendously. So Capoeira. Capoeira. How did you actually get involved with that? How did that all start off?
That happened on almost the same time I discovered Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It was a program for a city to take the kids off the street, and I saw capoeira. I was like, it was really interesting because I always like to do back flips, do some workouts, and that involve a lot more, flexibility, spin kicks and all that kind of stuff. I really like it. After there, my dad don't let me practice much because it's time you losing, just focus on soccer, focus on football, because that's where is the money, that's where all Brazilian dads, think it is. Like football, like same thing over here, like, the parents always want to put you on football, but have so much so many arts now coming up, and I discovered jiu-jitsu right after, after like 3 months later. My cousin asked me, hey, you want to try jiu-jitsu? And I said, jiu-jitsu, what's that? And come by and do it. It was awesome. It was the first time, but capoeira was my first art, and I still doing couple of things, like front kick, back flips, things like that. I'm still enjoying it.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
I
really
love that.
awesome.
Thank you.
Because
Yeah.
in a promotion like the UFC, the most diverse fighter is usually one of the greatest fighters. And definitely with you, it's like you never know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a bit of capoeira or Brazilian jiu-jitsu, or you're gonna get some great wrestling in there, some great standard martial arts, great kicks to the head, whatever it is.
That's right. That's right. And it's good because it's just just make me better, especially my stand up, my flexibility. It gets so much. It gets connect with the Muay Thai. Because I already knew how to do. Spin kick. Like front kicks, things like that. When I started doing Muay Thai, I kind of like, oh, that's almost the same thing. Capoeira. Let me try. Exactly. It was not the same coordination, because we still have the Jinga and everything. But I kind of go on the same like flow, and connect
Awesome.
connect real good with my Muay Thai. And now I still do sometimes like crazy stuff, especially the spin kicks. It's one of those things like I really like to, especially in a fight, like just throw just to have fun. But I'm trying to perfect a little bit more for MMA.
Awesome. Love it.
Thank you, brother.
And UFC 257, that was mind-blowing this past weekend. How did you see that card going? How did you see that happening?
That card, I was going for Poirier because I knew if he get through the first round, it was gonna be it's gonna be his fight, But I could imagine it was gonna be on that style, like knock the heck out that Conor, But it was like super impressed, and the way he did it, I think he impressed all the division, because he run over. From the beginning to the end, the first round he started putting good pressure, having the kicks on a cab and really mess up Conor and finished with his left right on the pipe. I was really impressed. Really impressed.
No, well.
Yeah, great performance. He looks to be in his best form ever. It's phenomenal.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, well. What I find like strange about the Conor fight was that that was the one that happened recently, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This weekend.
That this weekend, and he got knocked out, and everyone is throwing that. All the like Jake Paulers are throwing that back at him, and I'm like, guys, this is absolutely ridiculous. Why
Instead
are you
of that boxing match?
Yeah, why are they trying to do this? Because my favorite quote that I've seen about this whole situation is basically like, oh yeah, saying that Jake Paul should fight Conor because Conor lost is like saying, the Lakers, for example, lost, and you want them to fight, and you want them to verse your high school basketball team. It just doesn't make sense. There's like two completely different like levels of fighting, and
exactly,
and kind of rolling off from that. So your fighting style deals with a lot of like submissions, but what I think is really impressive is the fact that you've also had like a few actual like knockouts. So, what did you find the most difficult to adapt to your fighting style? Did you find actual like fighting using your fists and your legs difficult to implement with your jiu-jitsu? Does your mind like switch between the two when you're in the octagon? Or does it just like flow? It's a bit of a difficult one to unpack.
I just go on the flow, It's I'm trying to adapt to everything from a little bit, It's not like I'm not practicing like my wrestling. I think it was the harder to adapt to the game, because it was easy to people like shoot on me and let it take me down so I can react on that. But on my career, it was like a little bit difficult, especially with the fight with Beneil Dariush. He took me down, he held me down, but I could reverse the position, and then after there I start putting in my mind like, hey, I need to put my wrestling. I put a lot of time into my wrestling. I think with the wrestling was the most difficult art to get it, because boxing, I always like boxing. Muay Thai, it came for the capoeira a little bit. Like I like to the kick. Jiu-jitsu I already have, but the wrestling I think was the most difficult like techniques to adapt. But when I'm inside the cage, I'm try going to flow, try mix it up everything. I don't want to just be one diverse fighter. I want to be a diverse fighter. Exactly. Sorry. To not be just focused on one thing. Oh, I have to go for the submission, or I have to go just on my hands. No, I like to be waiting for everything, to sprout, to shoot, to defend a kick, defend a punch, whatever. But that's what I'm trying to always to get better, and the wrestling always gonna be the harder one. So, and because wrestling is tough, dude, you have to have a
definitely
big heart, on wrestling.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah, and
I wanted to say, from this week in the lightweight division, I mean, it exploded with Michael Chandler being added into the mix. We're not sure what's going to happen with Dan Hooker, but where are you wanting to go in the lightweight division? What's your goal there?
My goal is first right now. I'm saying, like the way I was putting on my social media too. My goal is first Beneil Dariush, but from there,
rematch.
From there, I really want to look for what his name, Mike Chandler, because I don't think it's fair the way he jumped on the front of all of us, especially because all right, he been champ for another organization. It's not fair. He jumped straight in, with the straight for the top 5. Come on, like what's gonna be me, Oliveira, all the other guys been work so hard. Oliveira's really probably gonna fight for the title. That'll be good, But where's the other guys?
Just beat Tony Ferguson.
Exactly, and it beat Tony Ferguson. Things like that. It just make me get real upset. But hey, I'm employed. I have to suck it up and listen. But I'm really looking for the first get February 6th out of my way, and I'm gonna be focusing on the next one. On the next one's gonna be Mike Chandler.
Love that.
Nice.
Love that.
And I wanted to ask, in all the fighters that you've fought, because you have a very long and extensive career, who is the person that you fought that you think has earned the most respect from you as a fighter?
I never get knocked down in my life before, when I fought for a year, and all the strategy I was making to fight that guy, I was just thinking about take him down and go for jiu-jitsu. That's when I start changing everything, my mind, changing the way I was being a fighter, besides being a MMA fighter, I was just a jiu-jitsu fighter when I fought him.
Yeah.
And I think Poirier was the most took my respect, because that guy improved so much too, Dariush, and I'm gonna say that Dariush did so much too, he got to the top of the division, but now he's getting back again. But I think Poirier was the most like to took my respect was Poirier, because he did a lot for the sport, and he's been fighting so much with the big names of our division, and right now he beat the Conor McGregor,
one of the greats.
He's Zion, the great fighters, and that's one of the most take my respect for him too.
Yeah, definitely.
So true.
I can imagine.
Just the fact that he, from all his defeats, he just bounced back, came even stronger. Same with you, like when you lost to Dariush in 2014 and Dustin in 2015. It's like that was your last loss since 2015. You just only came back stronger. I love that.
Yeah, that's what motivated me more, because those 2 losses was kind of, one, I take respect from the Rush, he capitalized on what I was tired, and everything. But I took short notice fight. I knew the risk already, but I was looking more to have a vacation with my family besides like really focus on the fight, because I was excited. I was excited to fight in Brazil too. It was my first time in my career fighting in Brazil. For me, it was a pleasure, to fight in Brazil and see my fans, see my family from Brazil.
That's awesome.
But it didn't work, it didn't work the way I wanted, but I lost. That's simple as that. And I hit the ground and I come back up and just getting better, my really set of mind strong, just hey, I need to get better. I need to be a real MMA fighter, a mixed martial artist. And this just like pushed me to achieve my goals, to get better in my wrestling, get better in my Muay Thai, get better on my boxing, all that. Like it's really, really make me a better fighter.
Awesome.
100%. Love that.
Yeah.
And what would you say has been the hardest parts of your UFC journey so far?
I think was with Mob. I think it was the hardest fight on my career because that fight in Abu Dhabi was hot. One inside the place, but I'm used to the heat. I'm from Rio Grande Valley in Texas, bro. Like close by the border from Mexico. It's kind of hot in here, but over there is another type of level. Another type of level, the heat. But with that guy Tasmov, like he was like he always on my radar. I was watching his fights. He knocked people out like. And I was like, damn, I have to fight this guy now. But I think that one was a good fight for me. That one was to try my stand up. Fight my feet. Working on my counters, especially when he hurt me. When he hurt me, I thought like, oh damn, like what I gotta do here. But I survived. I got through that, and for me, that one was my special fight. Like I really liked that fight.
Yeah, that was a great fight in 2019 with your unanimous decision win. That was phenomenal, man. Honestly.
Thank you.
So, how does your camp for this fight look? How has it changed since the Pettis fight?
This one I started putting more with Pettis. I was putting a lot of like my wrestling pressure, my boxing, not throwing so much kicks, But for this one, I was putting more like everything together, like be waiting for everything, be waiting for like bleed, be waiting to if he catch you, you have to like more fight some stuff. But I think I was training everything, I was 110% focused to anything because he's a really how can I say a diversity fighter because he going to the same way like how I do. He don't stay just I have to grapple or I have to be in stand up, or I just have to go to the ground. He's always on the top of the person, and this camp was the same thing for me. I was trying to do everything, but measure, try level everything up on my wrestling, my jiu-jitsu, get a good cardio because this fight I think is gonna go all the 3 rounds and I'm waiting to bleed. I'm waiting to if he caught me, I have to survive those 20 seconds, I have to, but I've been putting a lot of work. A smart work, but all my team over here from Team Ferreira, Forces MMA, been helping me so much, and in this just make me a stronger fighter, a better fighter, and a smart fighter because when I get inside the cage, I wanna really represent them the best way I can.
100%. I love that, man.
Okay. Thank you.
And all the best with your fight in February. You're gonna get the win for
definitely.
sure, man. I believe in you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. I
100%.
appreciate the
Yeah.
support. Thank you.
We'll definitely be supporting you from where we are.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's always a good support, guys. If you guys giving good support, I'll be like excited than ever. You know,
got this,
always
man.
putting videos, always like doing everything I can to be doing my thing inside the cage.
Yeah.
Love that. And as we wrap up, I just wanted to ask, is there any advice that you'd give to fighters coming up that want to go pro in MMA? Any advice you'd give to them?
One advice I can say: be smart the way you train. You know, like you don't have to fight hard inside the gym to fight hard inside the cage. You know, that's the most things we have to like. I think because sometimes people think like, oh, I have to train hard. You know, I have to knock people out, things like that inside the gym. So I can really do that like the same way inside the cage. Now, I don't think so. As much you can drill, as much you can learn, it's always gonna be a good thing, you know. And when you get there, just have fun, enjoy 15 minutes, because 15 minutes sometimes not even enough to show what you have on your sleeves, you know. Like especially for MMA fighter, train for like at least like 3, 4, 6 months and fight like twice in a year, and you cannot even put like all your work you wanted, you know. But that's what is gonna be most important. That's what I have to say to people like really getting to MMA, and just train smart.
Love that. Phenomenal words, man. Honestly.
Absolutely awesome.
Diego
words.
Ferreira, thank you so much for joining the podcast.
Thank you, guys.
You're a legend, man. Inspiration, truly.
Appreciate it. February 6th, we'll be there.
Come on.
Representing,
Yes.
bro. Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you.
So guys, go send Diego some love. We'll give his link to his Instagram, his socials. Go send him some love. Wish him the best for the fight. Like and subscribe to the podcast. This has been the MMA edition of the Living Banter Podcast. Thank you so much for watching. Cheers, guys. Have the best one. Peace.
Peace out.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Peace out.